What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm rocking my new German Performance sunglasses and we're about to install that catch can that I picked up at Waterfest. Wow, I look fresh in these glasses. These look cool on camera, bro. Ooh, look at the reflection. Anyways, I've got my Black Forest Industries box right here, and we're about to install the catch can. I gotta pull the car up just so that, you know, it makes things a little bit easier. I'll show you guys what comes in the box, and we'll go to installing this. I am giving myself about a half hour to install this, and I think that should be more than enough. But again, every time I say things are gonna go very easily, they usually end up having a hiccup. Now, I have already unpackaged all this stuff, so the box is all broken, but pretty much you'll get a catch can in here, and you'll get a few packages, two with a few of these little attachments here that are going to be for the AN fittings for the catch can. You also get a bolt that goes on the bottom that is a Allen key, so make sure you have the right Allen key to tighten that up. And also you're going to need some adjustable pliers to tighten this up as well. You'll also get two hoses with AN fittings at the ends. One is going to go to the top of the engine, and the other one's going to go to the turbo inlet. Then you'll get a bracket, and you'll get some hardware to mount it up. So I wanted to wait until the sun went down because it is getting way too hot here in the summertime, and it's really difficult to do anything correctly in like 90-degree weather. So I wanted to wait until the sun went down to make things a little bit easier for me. So we're actually going to start with removing the valve cover to gain access to everything that's underneath. Just like that, nice and simple. I have the carbon fiber one, so I'm going to be very careful. First thing we're going to tackle here is removing this inlet pipe. Some people don't do this, but I think it's going to give me a little bit more room when it comes to working on the car. And I also took my glasses off because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. Alright, so we need to remove a few bolts here. One on top of the engine holding this bracket in. This is the fitting for the hose, the PVC hose that runs from there to there. And then also there is another bolt holding in this coolant line right on the side here. So we want to remove those two, and those are going to be T30s to pop off the harness for the inject. All you pretty much want to do is just loosen this out of the way. You don't have to take anything out, just so that you can get to this hose back here that needs to come out. Now the easiest way to take this off is to loosen it up and just bring it straight through the front here. Just be careful that you don't ruin anything bringing it out. Fish it through. You're going to get two hoses. One that has the fitting that matches this. Fish this from here again, straight through underneath here and underneath this coolant line. Be careful that you're not pulling on these coolant lines too much because you could potentially ruin it over this way. The next coolant line is going to run across this way, so I'm actually going to fish it under this. Actually, no. Actually going to fish it this way and underneath this hose here. There's a small coolant hose that runs this way. Try to fish it underneath just to keep things a little bit tidy, and go ahead and plug it into the spot where you just took it off the turbo inlet. Go ahead and plug up those ignition coils, and you can put your valve cover back on. Nice and simple. Why do you need a catch can on your car? And truthfully, if you are running this car, I mean, if you watched my Waterfest video, I explained it a little bit, but if you are running this car and you're running stage 1, stage 2, then it's not necessarily something you should do right away. But these engines have been notorious over the years of accumulating a lot of carbon buildup. And to tell you the truth, what the Catch Can does is it eliminates a lot of that carbon from reaching the runners, or minimizes the amount of carbon that reaches the runners, and keeps the runners nice and clean. So if you I guess want to keep your car for a very long time and you are modified, then you might need to look into getting a Catch Can. The BFI one is a good option. There are plenty of other options as well. Coming around this section here, you have the two hoses. I'm going to lean them that way for now. And then you have this little section here where it allows you to mount this up. BFI gives you these this bolt and this washer. First glance, you might think that, oh man, they forgot something, but these things are both exactly the same thread, so that's why they thread them into each other. And what you want to do is the washer is going to go down below on the motor mount, and then the bolt is going to go right on top. You're actually going to have to unscrew all of these so that way you can separate the lid from the actual base, because what you want to do is actually run this underneath and then put the cap on top, and it's going to lock in between this ring here that the bracket has. So now we're going to run the Catch Can underneath. We're going to throw the lid on top just like that and tighten them fully. So now that we put this all together, it's just a matter of tightening everything up, putting the dipstick back in, screwing that down, and you're all done. Now let's turn on the car and make sure that everything's running smoothly. What you really want to look for, I know it's loud as hell, but what you really want to look for is make sure that there's no leaks, nothing's acting up, and also that you don't have any check engine codes. But if you did it correctly and you follow all the steps that I just told you, then you would have done it perfectly. So that's going to be your install for today, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and pick up the BFI one, you can. There's also other options obviously out there. This is the one that I chose because I have a ton of BFI products already, and I wanted to just run the same exact thing. I don't like to bounce around too much. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe down below. Peace out.